go back.
R.I.P.
Ultimate professional.
Someone probably just threw it away.
I should have posted about it on the UFM Reddit page.
Someone probably just threw it away. No one was like, oh, look at this, and kept it. It's probably in the trash,
Yeah, everyone thinks it's a basement.
Yeah,
How's everybody doing?
Good. Doing great.
Ready to roll here?
Oh, sure.
We all know the routine. Okay, we're all experienced pros at this. What? Anybody need any instructions or anything before we get going? All right, pretty much the same routine as before.
David, did Anna have to work tonight?
I don't know.
Oh, she's
no,
not
she's
here.
in Washington.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
We're good? All right, ladies and germs, we're off to the races. Welcome to the finals of the 2014-15 Academic Challenge season. My name is Jim Gifford, your host and moderator, featuring in our finals tonight teams from St. Joseph and Lakeshore. Academic Challenge featuring scholastic competition with high schools from Berrien and Van Buren counties, sponsored by Waterville Lake Community Schools, Lake Michigan College, Lakeshore Public Schools, and by Chemical Bank. First and foremost, we meet the teams, and we'll start with Lakeshore. Identify yourselves, please.
Alec Brown, Sr.
Connor Ashley, Sr.
David Shane, Sr.
Zane Kenneth, Jr.
And Alec, are you the captain tonight?
Yes.
And your coach?
Christine Sloan.
All right, thank you. And from St. Joe?
Trevor Greiser, Sr. Patrick Fisher, Jr. Fairmont, Sr.
Brian Faulkner, Jr.
And Trevor, your coach tonight.
Gary Etter.
All right, and Gary's here. Welcome, Gary. All right.
Venerable Gary.
Busy man. Here are the basic rules. First and second halves, we announce the value of each question before it's asked. 10 seconds to answer, 15 if it's a math question. When you press your button, please wait to be recognized. No consultation allowed. There will be later in the 60-second round, but that is later. So I'll be your scorekeeper and judging as well, along with Bill Klein, asking the questions tonight and also judging the answers. Is everybody ready?
Ready to go?
Bill, I guess we are. Let's get after it, shall we?
All right, let's start out with a math question for 5 points. Divide 100 by 1/2 and add 10. What do you have?
Trevor, St. Joe.
210.
That is correct for 5 points. For 15 points, James Madison was a major force in the writing of our Constitution. What other president helped to write the Massachusetts state constitution?
Connor, Lakeshore.
John Adams.
That is correct for 15 points. For 15 points, who played Lou Gehrig in the movie The Pride of the Yankees?
David, Lakeshore.
Dennis Quaid.
Incorrect.
St. Joe, Trevor.
Gregory Peck.
Incorrect. It was Gary Cooper. For 5 points, Columbus discovered the West Indies, but who discovered what Columbus had failed to find, namely the sea route from Europe to India by way of the Cape of Good Hope?
Ryan, St. Joe.
Drake.
Incorrect.
Lakeshore, Alec.
Diaz.
Incorrect. Vasco da Gama. For 10 points, the Roman god who had wings on his feet is the basis for an adjective, which means shrewd, volatile, changeable.
Fongbo, St. Joe.
Mercurial.
That is correct for 10 points. For 20 points, he dissected American social and economic institutions, as it was one of the first to analyze the business cycle. Among his works are the theory of the leisure class and the theory of the business cycle. Can you name him?
Trevor, St. Joe.
John Maynard Keynes.
Incorrect.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. Connor.
Alexander Hamilton.
Thorsten Veblen.
What?
Yeah, I was just talking to
Just
the other
making
day.
up words.
Yeah. For 5 points, Leon Uris' earlier novel told the Jewish side of the 1947 creation of the State of Israel. His later book, The Hajj, looks at the other side of the conflict. Name the novel.
Connor, Lakeshore.
The 6-Day War.
Incorrect.
St. Joe. Trevor.
The Tabernacle.
Incorrect. Exodus. For 10 points, what were Israelite farmers required to do during a sabbatical year which occurs every 7 years?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Not plant crops.
That is correct for 10 points. For 15 points, what is the atomic number for neon?
Zane, Lakeshore.
10.
That is correct for 15 points. For 20 points, what is the setting of Edward Hopper's painting Nighthawks?
Trevor, St. Joe.
A street downtown.
Incorrect.
Lakeshore. 5 seconds. Alec.
A country home.
Incorrect. It was an all-night restaurant. For 5 points, at one time, this man was an Illinois State Supreme Court judge. He proposed the Kansas-Nebraska Act. He also suggested a railroad from Chicago to San Francisco. Due to his short stature, he was known...
Connor, Lakeshore.
Stephen Douglas.
That is correct for 5 points. A math question for 10 points. Find the square root of 289.
Trevor, St. Joe.
17.
That is correct for 10 points. Gotta turn the page now. For 15 points, Napoleon declares himself emperor. Aaron Burr kills Alexander Hamilton.
Fongbo, St. Joe.
1804.
That is correct for 15 points. For 10 points, what instrument was called the heart, soul, mind, body, and spirit of the jazz orchestra?
Trevor, St. Joe.
The saxophone.
That is correct for 10 points. For 10 points, in 1774, a king and queen of France were crowned amidst pomp and splendor, but their reign ended with revolution and their own death. Who were they?
Connor, Lakeshore.
King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette.
That is correct for 10 points. For 20 points, if two fingers are joined together by a web of muscle and skin, a person suffers from a genetic abnormality called what? We're looking for a four-syllable word. If I could make it. 4 syllables.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Polydactyl.
Incorrect.
Lakeshore. 5 seconds. Time.
That's such a great question. The answer is syndactyly.
Of course it is.
Sure it is. You can swim very fast, too. For 5 points, the human body is composed of more than 600 of these special tissues.
Fongbo, St. Joe.
Muscles.
That is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, the Cherokee Indians were one of the 5 civilized tribes. Where was the territory they controlled? What?
Connor, Lakeshore.
Georgia.
Incorrect. Was it the Southern Appalachian region, the Great Lakes, the Plains region, or the Rocky Mountains?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Southern Appalachia.
That is correct for 10 points. For 10 points, when spring awakes at dawn, she will hardly notice that we are gone. Is an example of what kind of figurative language?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Personification.
That is correct for 10 points. For 15 points, what noisy noun is a brief period of cold weather?
Alec, Lakeshore.
Cacophony.
Incorrect.
St. Joe, 5 seconds.
Snap. For 15 points. In 1965, this pianist received a half-hour standing ovation at Carnegie Hall for his first public appearance in 12 years. Name him.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Glenn Gould.
Incorrect.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds.
Vladimir Horowitz. For 20 points. Name the Caribbean Twin Islands state which became an independent nation in 1983. England had settled that state in 1623.
Ryan, St. Joe.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Incorrect.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. David?
Dominican Republic and Haiti.
Incorrect. It was St. Kitts Nevis or St. Christopher. A math question for 10 points. Mike spent 39 cents in tax for a record. If the tax rate at this state is 6%, what was the price of the record?
Patrick St. Joe.
$6.50.
That's correct for 10 points. For 5 points, does assiduous mean friendly, diligent, careless, or carefree?
Trevor St. Joe.
Carefree.
Incorrect.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. Alec.
Careless.
Diligent. For 20 points, if the value of the discriminant of a quadrant equation is positive, what is the nature of the two roots of that equation?
Trevor St. Joe.
There are 2 real roots.
That is correct for 20 points. For 5 points, from what nursery rhyme did the musical My Fair Lady take its name?
Connor Lakeshore.
Humpty Dumpty.
Incorrect.
Fongbo St. Joe.
Old New Bridge.
Yeah, that's a correct answer for 5 points. For 10 points, in English, it is a pen name. What is it in French?
Fongbo St. Joe.
No, shoot. Long.
That's correct for 10 points.
Next question, final question of the first half.
Okay, and this is a multiple choice question. The Greek god of music and poetry is A, Hermes, B,
Zane Lakeshore.
It would be Apollo.
that is a correct answer for 5 points.
Of course it was.
Of course it would. And I want to know how you know that.
Percy Jackson.
All right, well, that wraps up the first half of today's finale here on Academic Challenge. We'll be back with the score and the 60-second round after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
I forgot about Percy Jackson. It's a good one. Trevor?
I can use some more. Thank you.
Oh,
We're
Lord.
not.
Oh. Let's try that. I don't know.
Sorry, Connor, it's not trees.
No, I know.
We're in this one.
Yeah, we got it.
Multiple choice.
Well, last time we were like, oh, well, let's just pick the hardest.
Because you didn't push.
And it turned out not to be the hardest.
Things.
I don't know. You're the captain.
Yeah.
You get a pick.
What's the difference?
Either way, it's different geography and just geography.
I can't even remember the name of the area now.
I don't know, is it hundreds?
It might be multiple.
It's an academic.
Blame it on the bill.
You need to see Jackie, Congresswoman Jackie. If you say, just
It's
like
like
everyone's
a
progressive.
Yeah.
Her Congresswoman.
Alright, that's your thing.
I mean,
What's the difference between geography and multiple geography?
what is the difference?
They gotta pick first
Yeah,
anyway.
at the same time. What's the difference between multiple geography and regular geography?
Order in the court.
All right, that's a good enough question.
Lord of the Rings geography.
Lord of the Rings
Yes,
geography.
we need Lord of the Rings geography.
Well, because minus one.
Oh, man.
Pick what we got.
Middle geography.
Good? All right. All right, people, here we go. Let's bring it back. 60-second round is up next. And here we go. At the end of the first half, the score, St. Joe 130, Lakeshore 50. On to the 60-second round. Teams, you have 3 categories to choose from. 60 seconds to answer as many of the 10 as you can. Each is worth 10 points. There's a 20-point bonus if you answer all 10 within the time limit. You are encouraged to consult with one another at this point. Answers must come from the team captain. You may and should pass on a question if you can't get it till you don't eat up all your time. After the minute's up, the opposing team has a chance at the ones you missed, passed on, or didn't get to. Lakeshore, you're trailing at the moment. You'll have first choice of these categories. They are Roaring Twenties, Multiple Geography, and Spelling Bee. What's it going to be, Alec?
We'll take multiple geography.
They're going with multiple geography. All right, I don't know what that means exactly, but let's find out. Does that need a setup, Mr.
Yes,
Cole?
it does.
All right.
2 or 3 answers are needed to each of these geography questions. That's multiple.
Well, that's, yeah. Hence the word multiple. All right, then. 60
Okay.
seconds whenever you're ready, Bill.
Hadrian's Wall separated what 2 countries?
Germany and France.
Incorrect. The statue Christ of the Andes is located on the border of what 2 countries?
Chile and Argentina.
That's correct. What two countries is Andorra nestled between?
Spain and France.
Correct. What are the two countries in the Iberian Peninsula?
Portugal and Spain.
What are the two Canadian provinces without any sea coastline?
Saskatchewan and Alberta.
Saskatchewan and Alberta.
Correct. The Mediterranean Sea is surrounded by 3 continents. Name all 3.
Europe, Asia, Africa.
Correct. A tunnel between the United States and Canada opened in 1930. What 2 cities does the tunnel connect?
Detroit and Windsor.
Detroit and Windsor.
Correct. Which 2 states share a border along the Continental Divide?
Colorado and Wyoming.
Incorrect. What 2 countries does the Mont Blanc tunnel join?
France and England? In Great Britain. I don't know. United Kingdom.
Pass.
What?
All right, then. 6 correct for a total of 60 points. Well done, Lakeshore. We'll reset the clock and turn the category over to St. Joe for, what, 3 that we missed and 1 we didn't
3,
get to?
Yeah, 4.
All right.
There's 4 questions here.
St. Joe, are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
2 or 3 answers are needed for each of these geography questions. Hadrian's Wall separated what 2 countries?
England and Scotland.
That's correct. Which 2 states share a border along the Continental Divide?
Utah and Colorado.
Incorrect. It's Idaho and Montana. What 2 countries does the Mont Blanc tunnel join?
Switzerland and France.
Incorrect. France and Italy. What 3 countries are known as the Low Countries?
Netherlands, Belgium. Netherlands, Belgium.
What other countries there? Like,
Netherlands, Belgium. Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg.
That's correct.
And that's the category?
That's it.
2 correct for St. Joe for 20 more points. And we'll start with St. Joe because they get their choice now of the remaining 2 categories, and they are Roaring 20s and Spelling Bee. Trevor, what are you going to go with?
We'll do the spelling bee.
You're going to go with the Spelling Bee. And we'll put 60 seconds back on the clock. I'm guessing this is pretty...
This has a setup.
It
Oh,
does?
yes.
Spell these words?
Spell all these words beginning with D, as in dog.
Well, there you go. All right.
Decadent.
Decadent.
Correct. Deceitful.
Deceitful.
Correct. Deference.
Defrence.
Correct. Descendant.
Descendant.
Correct. Detrimental.
Detrimental.
Correct. Devastation.
Devastation.
Correct. Dictionary.
Dictionary.
Correct. Diligence.
Diligence.
Hey,
Correct.
Trevor, give
Disparage.
me some mic
Sorry. Disparage.
Correct. Dissipate.
Dissipate.
Correct. All 10.
there. All 10. That's 20 bonus questions, or 20 bonus points.
Finally did it.
So a total of 10 for 100 and 20 bonus. Holy moly. All right. That, unfortunately, Lakeshore wraps up the 62nd round. We'll check the scores and conclude the game of the second half of today's finale here on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
Do we get a bonus for getting all 10?
Yes, you do. 20 points.
oh wow,
120.
awesome, Trevor.
Nice job. Yeah, Fumbo and I just I was trying to like write it down while Fumbo was saying and then like say it out loud. Go Bears.
I'm surprised nobody took Roaring 20s. That was my favorite.
Well, like, what were some of the questions? Like, see if we were gonna be able to.
But
get
I was a
them.
historian, so that's why I like it. Who was John Scopes?
Oh, Scopes Monkey Trial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Teacher taught evolution.
Wall Street crash took place when?
1929.
The era of Prohibition resulted in the establishment of nightclubs where illegal liquor was served. What were the clubs?
Speakeasies.
Who was the leader of organized crime in Chicago in the 1920s?
Capone.
1927, who made the first solo airplane flight across the
Lindbergh.
Atlantic? Name the author of This Side of Paradise and The Great Gatsby.
Fitzgerald.
Women who had bobbed hair, smoked cigarettes, drank bootleg liquor.
Flappers. We could have gotten
Or my
yeah,
girlfriends.
too.
Hello.
Notable group of American writers and artists emerging in the post-World War I era were called what? By Gertrude Stein. The Lost Generation.
Oh, Lost Generation.
And what was the significance of the film The Jazz Singer, starring Al Jolson?
Black
Oh,
lead
it
for
had sound in
the
it?
African American lead.
It was the first sound film.
First talking.
Do I get points for that?
Alright, oh,
Yeah.
extra 100 points for
This
Lakeshore.
composition includes American in
60
Paris and Rhapsody in
All right, then.
Yeah.
All right, people, we are ready to bring it back and continue with the competition here. Everybody to ready? Here we go.
Oh, don't we have the
Yes.
students?
Let them
That's
go
coming up
first.
next. That's coming up next. You want Lakeshore to go first?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
We have to write ours.
Here we go. The score at the end of the 62nd round, St. Joe 270, Lakeshore 110. Time to find out now what's happening at each of our participating schools. We'll start with Lakeshore. Here's Alec.
Hi from Lakeshore. We're in the middle of exams and looking forward to spring break. We wish to congratulate band director Lori Von Koenig for winning the Michigan Band Director of the Year award. Great job to her. Our spring sports are all underway. Girls soccer, softball, girls tennis, track, and baseball are starting up. And the updated gym and team room are under construction, ready for next year.
All right, Alec, thank you. And St. Joe, Trevor?
Good evening from St. Joseph. Our robotics team, the Average Joes, made it to the quarterfinals at the tournament they hosted this weekend. This week is our Orchestra Band and Choir Festival Showcase, and the orchestra will be competing tomorrow for ratings, and we hope to receive Division 1s. Our spring break starts next week, and spring sports are starting this week. And on behalf of the rest of the team, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors and WSJM for hosting this tournament this year.
All right, Trevor, thank you.
And we need to, Lakeshore's coach is starring in a play at Twin City Players. You have one weekend to see it, and you should see it. It's wonderful.
All right.
The Dixie
Wow.
Swing Club.
All right. An unsolicited plug for you there.
Unsolicited plug.
All right, no substitutions here for the second half. Let's begin. The second half of today's finals of the 2014-2015 Academic Challenge season between St. Joseph and Lakeshore. And Bill, whenever you
For
are
20
ready.
points, England's naval power is usually traced back to the days of Queen Elizabeth. What overseas possessions did England hold at the time of her death in 1603?
Fongbo, St. Joe,
A quarter of the whole world.
Incorrect.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. Alec,
India.
Incorrect. None. Not in Virginia in 1603. That's what it says. Surprised me too. Math question for 20 points. One candle is twice as long as another. The longer candle burns down in 4 hours, but the shorter candle burns down in 6 hours. They are lit at the same time. How many hours will they first have the same length?
Alec, Lakeshore,
2 hours in.
Incorrect.
St. Joe, 5 seconds. Ryan,
3.5 hours in.
Incorrect. It was 3 hours. For 15 points, the medical conditions of tinnitus and vertigo would bar a person from riding the space shuttle. Vertigo is dizziness. What is tinnitus?
Fongbo, St. Joe.
You have ringing in your ears,
That is correct for 15 points.
like me.
For 15 points, we are what we are, but we know not what we may be. Name the playwright and the play from which this quotation is taken.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Arthur Moore, Death of a Salesman.
Incorrect.
Lakeshore, anybody? 5 seconds. Connor,
Coriolanus.
Incorrect, but close. It was Shakespeare, but it was Hamlet. For 10 points, identify the national sport of Japan.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Sumo.
That is correct for 10 points. For 20 points, what John Lennon song was the first solo single by a Beatle?
Alec, Lakeshore.
Imagine.
Incorrect.
St. Joe, 5 seconds. Time.
Oh, none of you saw the Rain concert. Give peace a chance. For 10 points, the Luxembourg Gardens are located in what European capital?
Connor, Lakeshore.
Luxembourg.
Incorrect.
Trevor, St. Joe.
The Hague.
Incorrect. It's Paris. For 15 points, in the field of aviation, what is a contrail?
Trevor, St. Joe.
The marks left in the sky behind an airplane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct answer
Yeah.
for 15 points.
Not quite as technical as the answer, but
Okay. The condensation off the wings of an airplane. That's the marks. Okay. For 5 points, this word refers to a modern hoisting apparatus named after a famous 17th century hangman at Tyburn Prison, whose name was applied to the gallows that he used. The word can also mean a tall, tapering framework or tower built over an oil well for supporting drilling machinery. What is it?
Patrick, St. Joe.
Derek.
That is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, the government in which capital is dealing with Russians and Crimean rebels?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Kiev.
That's correct for 10 points. For 10 points, what internet TV dongle is made by Google?
Patrick, St. Joe.
Chromecast.
That is correct for 10 points. What the hell is it? For 15 points, according to NOAA and NASA, Earth's average temperature last year was the warmest year since record keeping began in 1880. NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. For what does NOAA stand?
Patrick, St. Joe.
National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration.
That is correct for 15 points. For 10 points, in what South American country did China agree to invest more than 20 billion?
Connor, Lakeshore.
Venezuela.
That is correct for 10 points. For 10 points, answers changed through the years, but who were the two men behind the president during the most recent State of the Union address?
Trevor, St. Joe.
John Boehner and Joe Biden.
That is correct for 10 points. For 10 points, up to 2 million poured into the streets of Paris and an estimated 3.7 million across France in a demonstration of unity against terror and the defense of values as the heart of a democracy. What cartoon publication?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Charlie Hebdo.
That's correct for 10 points. For 10 points, which species of animal has been observed moving higher into the Canadian Arctic in response to climate change and the melting Arctic seas?
Alec, Lakeshore.
Polar bear.
That is correct for 10 points. For 10 points, what big city mayor was giving a speech at the funeral of a fallen policeman?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Giuliani. No.
Trevor.
Incorrect. Prompting thousands of cops to turn their backs on that speaker.
And Connor, Lakeshore.
Mayor Bill de Blasio.
That is correct for 10 points. For 5 points, what current dramatic movie depicts the historic march across the Alabama River?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Selma.
That is correct for 5 points. For 5 points, after the recent blizzard, an ice climber scaled what cascade in New York that was frozen solid?
Patrick, St. Joe.
Niagara Falls.
That is correct for 5 points. The next 3 questions, or next 4 questions, involve Massachusetts. For 5 points, how do you spell Massachusetts?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Massachussetts.
Incorrect.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. Alec.
Massachussetts.
That is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, a strike in Lawrence in 1912 brought nationwide attention to poor working conditions in what industry?
David, Lakeshore.
Meatpacking.
Incorrect.
Lakeshore, Ryan.
St. Joe.
Or St.
Or St. Joe, Ryan.
Steel.
It was textile. For 15 points, the whaling industry flourished in New England, Nantucket, and Boston until the 1860s, when what petroleum product replaced whale oil?
Patrick, St. Joe.
Kerosene.
That is correct for 15 points. For 20 points, because of a difference over trading rights, which king canceled the Massachusetts charter in 1684?
Alec, Lakeshore.
King George III.
Incorrect.
Trevor, St. Joe.
King James.
Charles II. All right, now I have 3 questions about the American Revolution for 5 points. The American Revolutionary War soldiers fought not only King George's troops, but also the Tories. Who were the Tories?
Alec, Lakeshore.
The people in America loyal to the British throne.
That is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, 4 of these 5 men signed our Declaration of Independence. Samuel Adams, John Adams, George Washington.
Patrick, St. Joe.
George Washington.
That's a correct answer. You didn't even know what the question was.
Who did not sign
The
it?
question was who didn't sign it. And it was George Washington. For 15 points, George Washington said goodbye to his Revolutionary War officers at Fraunces Tavern. Can you tell me in what year the farewell took place and identify the city where the tavern is located? 2 answers here.
Trevor, St. Joe.
1778 in Boston, Massachusetts.
Incorrect.
And Lakeshore. Anybody? Alec.
1779 in York.
Well, that was pretty close. 1783 in New York.
All right. Next question. Is this the last one?
Well, it's a good thing because we're
All right, the next one is the last one of the second half here.
Okay. These are about biblical relatives. And I'll just go to the 20-point question. What rivals were the sons of Kish and Jesse?
Alec, Lakeshore.
Cain and Abel.
Incorrect.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Esau and Jacob.
Incorrect. The most famous guys, Saul and David.
All right, folks, that
I've got the last page.
the end of today's academic challenge finale. We'll tabulate the scores and announce the winners after this on WSJM, the news and talk of
2
Michigan's
great
Great
teams.
Southwest.
2 great teams today. You guys did really, really well.
I figured you said it. He was off.
If you guys, the winner, would hang around for a couple of minutes afterwards, we're going to need to take some pictures. I'd also like to, the loser can take the cookies. The winner needs to hang around for pictures.
We can eat it.
No, I need to get a little interview with you two for tomorrow morning, and we'll go from there. All right? We're ready? We're rolling? We're good? Huh?
I'm saving.
Okay. Never mind then. Hang on. That sounds rude.
Yeah, our NPR knowledge is really good.
NPR.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to NPR in a while.
Science Friday.
Sci Friday, yeah. Ira Fileto. There are like 2 people named Ira.
Ira Glass?
NPR. Ira Glass.
This week on This American Life.
It's pretty accurate.
Welcome to the Diane Reeves Show.
And good luck to all you senior go on your next academic challenges.
There you go.
Pub trivia team at Michigan, Trevor.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're ready?
You have a debate.
All right, here we go. We are back on well, let's try that again. We're back on WSJM's Academic Challenge to announce the 2014-2015 Academic Challenge champions and to thank our sponsors. And congratulations to this year's winners by a score of 405 to 150, the team from St. Joe. How about a nice hand for St. Joe? We thank you all for joining us on WSJM's Academic Challenge this year, brought to you by Lakeshore Public Schools, Lake Michigan College, Water Valley Community Schools, and by Chemical Bank. Next year, we'll be back again, probably in October, with the next round of Academic Challenge.
And so will these teams.
Thank you, guys. Hang on for, well, you guys can do your congratulations, then I want to talk to you guys on mic here for a minute.
Good job.
Yeah, hey, our pleasure, our pleasure.
Thanks for letting us get over.
Hey, it's a pleasure. We got pictures to take.